Long day, Jim.
Hi, Tony. How are you?
Good, you?
I'm good, thank you.
I said you had a long day today.
They're all good, Tony.
Hi, guys.
Hello, Dan. Hi, Linda. No kitty?
No. I'll call him.
We're boring him. Hi,
He's a
Jay.
very
Evening,
jaded
everybody.
animal.
What is today? 23.
Tony, I'm impressed with your earpieces. What happened to your laptop?
I don't know, the audio quit here the other day and right in the middle of the meeting. The earphones worked, but the audio didn't work. Speakers didn't work. Don't work. It's this technology stuff.
All right. Dan, what are you up in a cave up there or something up in your, is that,
Actually, it's as close as you get to a cave, and still have a smile on your face.
all right, all
I
right.
got to tell you that I've lived. This is the third. We live in a 3-story house, and during this shutdown, I have lived on the 3rd floor,
Whoa. Well,
and
good.
and it is a absolutely delightful area, and but it does appear to be a cave, and it certainly is the opposite of where you are.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, it's a little hot right now, but I said I'm going to stay outside. What the heck?
Good deal.
I'm gonna wait a few more minutes for Michelle.
I know she's around. I saw her earlier today, so. All right.
Jay, thanks for coming in and doing those checks.
Oh, no
That
problem.
was big help.
Yeah. Lunch ticket. Who's lunch ticket? That's a new one. I see we have those bid openings. I see there's a few people here for them. Jim, do you want to move them up? And
Yeah, we can
I
change
mean-
the order.
there she is.
Go. Hi, Michelle. Okay. Just so everyone knows, I am recording this meeting, and Amanda is with us. She'll be taking the minutes this week.
Hi, Amanda. This is what I look like without a mask. So in case you were,
We'll call the meeting to order, and I'm just going to change the order of the agenda a little bit. We'll go right to opening bids for reclaiming and repaving. for various town roads. So we've got Clover Construction,
Spell that, Cover?
Clover, Jay.
Clover, thank you. And Jim, while you're opening those, that was a bid for various roads. I forget how many, do we know how many miles of roads it was?
I'm not sure how many miles, Jay, but it was 5 or 6 roads that Kevin had earmarked.
Yep.
So Clover is 29,675.
Okay,
Next one is Asphalt Repair Solutions. Looks like 29,700.
wow.
Wow.
Sounds like the price is right here, you know.
All turns on a dollar.
Boy.
S&S Paving. And that's at 34,200. A&J Construction. That's at 19,800.
Whoa.
Next is Waters Construction. $37,800. Next is B&W Paving. And I apologize. I gotta run back through these. I was reading off the wrong lines. I apologize.
Okay,
B&W, let's start with B&W Paving. Total bid, 579,720.
yeah, I thought we were getting a good deal there, Jim, but
I know. I was confused. Wait, what was that? 5? I got my comment in the wrong place now.
579,720.
Back to,
Okay.
next is Waters Construction. $623,500.
Okay,
Next is A&J Construction. That is 587,700. Next is S&S paving. $658,920. Asphalt repair solutions. $601,025. And finally, Clover Construction. No, scratch Clover. That's a different bid. Sorry. So that's it on road bids.
Okay.
So I'll go through those with Kevin. Probably early next week, or have him look them over. Go ahead, Michelle.
Is this, we transferred 600,000 into the capital for road repair. Is that for this project? This is
Yep.
like the yearly, we do every
Right.
year kind of thing.
Sort of an annual.
All right, well, that's good. Looks like, you know, at least the estimates are sort of on target. We're in the right ballpark here.
Jim, if we don't approve, at sometimes we have made a motion to accept the bid. In this case, I guess it would be B&W at the low bid, based after a review. Otherwise, you have to bring it back to us in a couple of weeks for approval before they can really get started. So do you want to do something like that, or are you okay with waiting a couple more weeks till we meet again?
I think we can wait, Jay, because
That's fine.
what happens is sometimes they don't all fall within the specs. They haven't.
Right.
You know.
That's why we've made the motion, you know, assuming it meets all the specs or whatever, but that's fine. I don't have, as long as you guys can wait 2 weeks, that's fine. All right.
Thanks.
Well, thank you to all the folks there that bid on the job. That's great
Yep.
to get a good group of people on it. So
Yeah.
Much appreciated. So I'll go back up, make a motion for approval of the minutes of the July 9th meeting. Anybody had any questions?
so move.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
No communications, appointments and resignations. The resignation of, well, I make a motion, we accept the resignation of Susan Branson from the Conservation Commission and Whitney Ryan from the Parks and Rec Commission, with thanks to both of them for their tireless efforts. They did a great job. Susan continues to stay on with inland wetlands.
Great.
And everyone knows Whitney and Fran have moved south to kind of start a new adventure in life. So
All right.
a
I'll
second,
second your motion.
any discussion?
Well, thank you for your comments about them. It's great.
I was going to say thanks for their service.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
I make a motion that we appoint Gregory Kraft to the Parks and Rec Commission until 1/1/2023, and appointment of myself, Wayne Heilman.
Jim, do you mind if we do that one separate and just let's?
Yeah, sure. So we get a second for Greg.
Second.
And just
Discussion?
just a question, is he currently an alternate on the commission?
He was.
That's
Jay.
okay. That's what I thought. All right.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay.
All in
That's it.
favor?
Aye.
Aye. Make a motion, the appointment of Jim Britton, Wayne Heilman, Michael Jackson, Nicholas Solly, Fran Keelty, Valerie Sedelnik, Lisa Stein, Phil Markert, Jeff Miller, Dan Shear, Tony Bedini, Howard Rosenfeld to the Economic Development Committee until 6/30/2022.
And I'll second that.
Any discussion?
I think we should just, you know, make mention so people know this has been, this was a committee initially appointed by Mark as a temporary committee to see how things went. They did a great job and they've done a lot of good things for the town. And after a discussion with us, we felt the need to, you know, make this more a formal committee and get it into our regular group. So
Yep.
thanks, Jim, for doing
Main-
that. And
Mainstream.
I know those guys they've done great work so far.
Jim, just one note. As you know, Howard Rosenfeld is stepping down.
Oh, I did not, Dan. I apologize.
Yeah, he sent me a note the other day, and I sent it on to you. So you can strike his name from the list.
Okay, so I'll amend the motion to include all but Howard
Fine.
Rosenfeld.
Sounds good.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
First Selectmen's report. The only thing I have, I think we found a very good candidate to be the successor to Delise, our assessor.
Good.
We interviewed, we conducted, I think, 4 or 5 interviews. And the interview committee was very happy with this individual. It'll actually be more of a part-time thing. It'll be 4 days a week, which is going to fit. It's going to segue nicely with what we're trying to do with Sandy, the assistant right now. She can continue her education and then be able to, kind of seamlessly move into that slot when the time is appropriate. But this candidate had over 30 years experience, is looking to slow down a little bit, was very
To 30 hours a week.
he's actually 27, Jay.
Okay. That's not slowing down enough for me.
Right. He was extremely
Okay.
well prepared. Gave about a 30-minute presentation comparing the statistics of our town to the town of Oxford, and just knew everything. So and he just even from a personality perspective, we all felt he was going to be he's going to mesh well with the people in town hall. So
Great. And
didn't quite have the same amount of luck with our police officer interviews. We had 3 interviews, but we're reposting the job. The 2, we went to the first choice, and what it boiled down to was they were getting a bit of a better financial package in the respective towns they currently serve. And I completely understand.
even with our benefits.
Well, ironically, Jay, one of them didn't need it because his wife was in education.
Okay.
So even our benefits, as good a package as
Yeah,
it
because
is.
I was going to say that's usually it puts us ahead of everybody.
Yeah. Yep. But we've reposted it, and we'll see what we
Yeah.
get.
The name of the individual that we hired for assessor can you?
We haven't. I don't think he's been notified yet, Jay.
Okay. All right. That's
We
fine.
just finished up.
All right.
Hey, Jim, just
Yes.
to ask about the police officer getting better packages or better offers in their towns. Are we close? Like, we tried to do the research to make sure that we're
Yeah.
in the ballpark, and I'm
Yep.
just kind of wondering how far
Yeah.
out are we?
We're very close. There was 2 things that kind of sealed the deal, Michelle. One was one of the officers, his current town, if he stays 1 more year there, he has retirement medical.
Oh,
I didn't even apply.
that- yeah.
And the other one wanted, the one who didn't need the insurance wanted a stipend for the insurance. And I said, no, we're not tailoring.
Oh,
No.
We're not doing
Gotcha.
that. So,
No. Good.
gotcha.
so hopefully on the next round, we'll pick something up.
Great. Thank you.
And that's all I had for the first selectman's report. I apologize for being out of the office today. I had a little scary. A lady who I met in the conference room emailed me last night saying her daughter tested positive for COVID. Now, what really kind of worried me is, we were in contact. We had masks and everything. And I finally got from our director of health, he said, you're a contact of a contact. So there's no need to even get tested. But
Makes you
just
nervous.
one of those things makes you think.
Yeah.
Um,
Is that a local, just out of curiosity, a local case? So that hasn't hit the Department of Health yet. It won't show up for a couple weeks in our numbers.
yeah, you know what it is, Michelle? It's a travel case from the West Coast.
Oh, geez.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Jim, did
But
you just?
now a resident here, like someone here in town.
yes, they're here.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Jim, did you want to mention maybe just under your report about the group that's doing? I did find the survey, by the way, on the back.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I realized I never turned it over. So you just want to mention about that group and what they're doing, and
Yeah, so
just
let's,
just for the record, those people who
yeah,
actually,
just to bring everybody up to speed on our recovery committee. So we broke the committee into segments where each would reach out to a demographic in our town. So we had houses of worship and non-profits. That was my group. We had businesses, and we had residents. And the resident survey, the business survey went out over the WBA website as an email to all the members. The resident survey we did on the website as well as a bulk mailing. And to everyone's surprise, the response was just incredible. I mean, they're just rolling in, and
oh, it's great.
it really is. And it's and most everybody, you know, doing the cursory read through, people are all doing well. But there's some sections in there where we ask people, and it's worth a read because some of them are hilarious. There was, you know, we asked what are some of your major concerns, and one lady's was simply, it's impossible to turn left out of the plaza.
Yeah, she got a point.
Sometimes it is.
So we're gonna over the next week or so, we'll put all that information together into some sort of a graph that we can discern, and we'll put that out
Share
there.
it. Great. I think it's
Yeah, it's been really good, and the committee is, those guys are doing a great job, Dimitri and Jay, and just putting in a lot of hard work on it.
great. Thank you.
Old business. So old business, we have opening of the bids to repair the walk on Bryan Hall. Jay, we looked into, we checked or verified, I should say, with ADA that
Yep.
the current setup is ADA compliant with the grass.
Yeah, I mean, I know that, Jim, but I just feel like I push people on there on wheelchairs across that grass, and it might be compliant, but it's not easy. I mean, it's not, to me, I think we could, given the work we're doing, I would like to see us make the effort I mean, I thought the idea of putting a walkway, you know, from about where the mailbox is, or a little bit in front of that, across in front of the bushes there, to the main walkway was not unreasonable to do. I'd really like us to think about that. And we do have you know, and when walking on the grass with a cane or a wheelchair, it's can be difficult. So I'm not sure. I can't imagine that the cost of doing something with that would make this project would make this too costly a project. Michelle, I don't know if I spoke with you about that, but I just thought we should put in a way for people. The only other way for somebody in a wheelchair to get onto that main area there is to go all the way down to the end and come up by Washington, by the main road, and come up the drive there.
We talked
I don't
about
think
it back when we were doing the capital budget, when Tony sort of went through all of the building things that needed to be done. And I thought we had all agreed that we wanted to try to make that easier, and that it didn't seem, it's not like we're building a huge ramp or anything. We're just extending the sidewalk over to the driveway. But Jim, you hadn't finished. Did we receive any bids, or where?
Yeah, I've got two. My concern was, one, changing the aesthetics, and I'm not saying it shouldn't be easier or more handicap accessible. I'm not saying that at all. But then we're also going to have to get approval of the Board of Trustees of Bryan Hall, I think, to change the aesthetics out there. Tony, do you have any thoughts on that?
Oh, I don't know. The thing is, if you put a walkway from as Jay just mentioned, what do you do then? I mean, you can't sit on the walkway. I mean, when we've had things like the award ceremony and so forth, I mean, I don't, are you envisioning that they sit on this walkway, or?
No, just as a way to be able to get to, we've had events out there where we put up, people have done, we've had, WEC had an event out there where they had tents on each side of the walkway where people could come and see what was going on. For somebody who's handicapped, especially in a wheelchair, to get over to that, you have to go across the grass. And I'm just envisioning, Tony, 2 or 3 foot wide walkway right in front of the bushes on the, if you're looking up the walkway to the town hall on the left-hand side there. I don't think it would be I understand, Jim, it would make it, not suggesting we put a walkway on each side, so it would be unbalanced, one walkway on one side. I just think it would be a nice thing to do, I guess. And I'm not sure why that's an issue, but I would like to see us to talk about that.
I think accessibility is important. So we should at least pursue it, get the rest of the estimate, ask the trustee. I don't know how often they meet or if they could just approve that online, at least explore the option. And then if there's some kind of roadblock, then we could decide how difficult, how much we want to push for it. But
right,
I think it's probably a good idea.
Okay, so let me talk to the two bidders and we'll eyeball that. Tony, does that sound good? And have them look at that possibility?
Yeah, but I think if we're talking sidewalks, we probably are talking to the same people that put the sidewalks around the town hall.
Oh, you mean
yeah, I'm not talking, Tony, I'm just talking the same kind of, putting down the blue stone that we're talking about using on the walkway, the same kind of walkway there. That's all. I'm not talking about pouring a sidewalk or anything. No, I'm not, I wasn't thinking that.
Okay.
Because what I understand you're doing now is gonna take up all the current stone that's the blue stone, right? That's there,
Right.
slate, and flatten it out and re-put it in back and use most of the stuff that we already have there, correct?
Yeah.
Correct. And we're just going to replace what's missing or broken.
Right. Right.
And essentially it's to get a better base and have it even so you don't trip over things.
Right. And I think we could then use that as an extension off that to walk from in front of the bushes over to, the driveway, about where I think it'd be shorter than the mailbox, but somewhere's over that way with the same kind of stone. I wasn't talking about pouring a concrete.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. So let me, so we'll rebid this, I think is what's appropriate.
Okay.
To
Okay, or
include,
you could contact the two at least that did bid and ask them to add that on.
yeah, and at least come out and take a look at it and then include it into their bid. So I think it'd be premature to open them or to bid them now without that component in there.
That's fine.
I'll reach out to both tomorrow.
Thanks.
Because we need to get this underway here because as you get near September, we were going to do the lawn part after the walkway and so forth, and then after the middle of September, that's the end of planting as seeding. As far as a lot of those landscapers say, they want to see good growth before winter comes.
We know that, Tony.
Yeah, we've had that problem up at school. They put
At
it
this
in
high
in
school.
November. They're going to put it in again this November.
Yeah.
No, they're going to put it in again this year.
Yeah. Well, Jim,
Tony.
I would think your suggestion about calling both bidders and ask them if they could rebid with that addition and ask them if they can get it in before the next meeting that we could vote on it at that point.
Yeah, I'm sure, Jay, we could probably get them here Monday. They can cite it, email us in the complete bid, and if need be, the three of us can get together in a noticed special
Sure.
meeting.
That's fine with me. I'm
And
happy
we
to.
could probably do our road bids as well at the same time, if that's
Great.
convenient.
That's a good idea, Jim.
That
Good
is. Yeah, to keep it moving forward.
Uh,
I'm just going to ask, I'm assuming, obviously we want to get this walkway done as soon as possible, which is why the current walkway hasn't been weeded. I don't know whose job that is, but it's been looking even rougher than the unevenness.
Probably you're right,
Is
Michelle.
that a fair assessment? I don't know whose job that is, but.
John, I think, handles the mowing of all those lawns in the area there.
Okay.
All right.
The only other Sorry, I'm a little disorganized this meeting.
No problem.
Let me I've got to grab those resolutions.
Hey, Jim,
Yeah.
while you're looking for those, when I saw those on the agenda, those are related, right?
So
Or,
the emergency declaration for the town is because the first one wasn't in sync with the state's timeframe. So it's
Right.
simply renewing it so that when the state's emergency declaration expires, Washington's does as well. The Region 5 Demas didn't have, the original one didn't have the right verbiage in it that the COG put out.
okay, I didn't realize that.
So to your
Okay.
point, yes, these were both done in February and in March, and now we're just redoing again.
Yeah. Cool.
He's just trying to find the documents. Didn't we get those in emails, Michelle?
Yeah, at least one of them.
Yeah, I
think
think
the
just the
second
one. Yeah.
I think we saw the second one in email, but I don't remember the first one coming.
Yeah, I thought I printed it, but here it is.
I have it in email.
Yep.
I mean, I could read it. It's kind of long. Does Jim have to read it anyway?
I hope not.
Jim, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here. Sorry.
I have the second one in an email if you want me to read it.
Is that the one from Demas? Region 5?
I don't believe so. I think this is the second one on the agenda, the declaration of state of emergency for the town of Washington.
Right. Yep.
Yeah,
I don't remember. I never got the Demas one. That's why I was wondering what that was.
yeah, if you can go ahead with that, and I'll find the Demas one in my email.
Did he say
You
go
got it?
ahead? I think.
Yes, I'm
Sure.
sorry.
Okay. All right. So I'll just read this declaration. It's the second one on the agenda. It says Declaration of State of Emergency for the town of Washington, Connecticut. Whereas on March 10th, 2020, the governor of the state of Connecticut declared a public health emergency and civil preparedness emergency for the state of Connecticut pursuant to Connecticut General State Statutes sections 19A through 131A and 28 through 29 in response to the global pandemic of COVID-19 disease associated with a novel coronavirus that is currently affecting multiple counties and states within the United States. Oh, countries and states within, sorry. And whereas on March 13th, 2020, the President of the United States declared a national emergency pursuant to Section 501B of the Robert T. Stafford Disaster Relief and Emergency Assistance Act, 42 U.S.C. Sections 5121 through 5207, the Stafford Act, to combat the coronavirus that is currently infecting the population of the United States. And whereas the transmission of COVID-19 has resulted in the spread of infections in the state of Connecticut and throughout the United States, resulting in the prospect of shortages of personal protective equipment and other supplies that could jeopardize public health, public safety, and civil preparedness. And whereas it is critically important for the town of Washington and its first selectmen to have all authorities necessary to limit the spread of COVID-19 and to protect public health and safety within the town of Washington, including those available under the Intrastate Mutual Aid Compact set forth in the Connecticut General State Statutes, Section 28 through 22A, the compact. And whereas on March 18th, I proclaimed a state of emergency and a local civil preparedness existed in the town of Washington and issued orders pursuant to Connecticut General Statutes, Sections 28 through 8A, 28 through 1-8, and 28 through 22, and 28 through 22A, and whereas Governor Lamont's emergency declaration remains, now, therefore, it is hereby proclaimed and ordered pursuant to Connecticut General Statutes Sections 28 through 8AA, 28 through 1-8, 28 through 22 and 28 through 22A, that a state of emergency and a local civil preparedness emergency continues to exist in the town of Washington, and it is further proclaimed and ordered that during the existence of said state of emergency and local civil preparedness emergency, James L. Britton, as the town of Washington's Chief Executive Officer and Chief Administrative Officer, shall assume and exercise the powers, functions, and duties prescribed and provided by law, including but not limited to Connecticut General Statutes sections 28 through 8A, 28 through 1(8), 28 through 22, and 28 through 22A, the compact, and all rights and authorities provided for under the town's Code of Ordinances, and may take such action as necessary to protect the public health and mitigate this emergency consistent with pertinent constitutional, statutory, regulatory, compact, and ordinance provisions, subject to the governor's preemption, including but not limited to mobilizing, organizing, and directing the forces of the town of Washington and cooperating with the forces of the federal government, the state, and other political subdivisions. And it is further proclaimed and ordered that this state of emergency shall remain in effect until such time as both the public health and civil preparedness emergency as declared by Governor Lamont pertaining to the COVID-19 pandemic is terminated or expires. And it is further proclaimed and ordered that this order shall be available for review and inspection in the office of the town clerk of the town of Washington during regular business hours, and shall be posted at both the town clerk's office and on the town's website at www.washingtonct.org. Dated July 23rd, 2020, James L. Britton.
I didn't understand that second paragraph. Could you go back and read that for me?
I want to know why the statutes go
Thank you.
in reverse order, 28
I think
through.
it's just 28-22. That's what it is.
Got it. But it's like AA.
Yeah,
28
yeah.
Through what? It's weird. Anyway,
Crazy.
there it is.
I'll second that. That's a motion, right?
Yes.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, Kevin's here.
Hey, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Maybe we can go back to that. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
You missed the reading of the bids, but all we did is get the prices. And then I think you're supposed to look at them, right?
Yeah.
And then come back to us and make a recommendation.
You have time tomorrow, Kev, to stop in and we'll go through those?
Yeah, absolutely. First thing in the morning.
Okay, great. And then that's probably what we'll do, because we'll have to have a special Board of Selectmen's meeting for the bids of the sidewalk, the road bids, and the resolution I can't find.
All right. Okay.
I apologize.
Find the Demas one at all?
Yeah.
You gotta see
that
my desk, Michelle.
That didn't get, it was so clear 4 months ago, Jim. I don't know what's happened.
Anyway,
Don't let them put another table in there. You'll fill that up too. I know how it works.
Did we approve the state one?
Yes.
Okay.
Right, Amanda? We voted on that, right? Yeah.
Okay, good. I didn't even remember. All right.
anything from visitors? No? Jay, Michelle, anything else?
Nope, I think I'm good
I don't
tonight.
think so
Um,
that was enough.
I'm looking at it. It's getting dark outside here, so
have you seen enough of this dumpster fire of a meeting? Oh my goodness. So Jay, are you going next week?
Yeah, but I'll have internet access, so let me
Okay.
know. I can probably connect with you guys.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right.
I would make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
Discussion. Thank you, everybody.
Good night.
Thanks. Good night.